What's happening, VC? I have a video to make, or I'm making a video. My vinyl update is about due, I think. So, first thing I want to, after I eat a hair, first thing I want to go, or want to discuss, I have a new stereo setup for my turntable, and I'm very pleased with it. Long story short, I was trying to find a receiver to hook my turntable up to, because up to this point, it's a USB turntable, it had been hooked up to my laptop, and was playing it through the laptop speakers, which sounded fine. You know, it did good for me, but my friend Eli and my girlfriend Kat have upgraded their stereos to perfection, and made me very jealous, and made me want to do the same thing. It's like, okay, I've got to make my stereo sound like theirs, because I, didn't realize how much better it could sound until I had a comparison. So anyway, bought a receiver at a thrift store, didn't work, took it back. As I was trying to get my money back there, ran into some people that my girlfriend knows, and he had a receiver that he said he'd give me for free, so I got that. In the process of all this, I bought four speakers, 2 sets of speakers, was trying to figure out what was wrong, hooked it up, and it was very distorted. Read online that the gist of it was, if the USB turntable has a built-in preamp and receivers have built-in preamps, that's too much at one time, so that's where the distortion came from. So instead of hooking it up to the phono jack, I had to hook it up to the auxiliary jack. Once I did that, it was crystal clear. It sounded great. I was very happy with it. If you can see here, this is the receiver that I got. It's a Yamaha. If you can see that there, that's where the buttons and things are, the adjustments. It's a AX596 Yamaha. And this is my turntable up here. And then I got these 2 speakers here, and these 2 speakers here. If you can see them there. So I'm very happy with this stereo. It's the best stereo system I've ever had as far as sound wise. So yeah, I've been even more obsessed with playing records I currently have and getting more. I mean, that's always been his obsession, but even more so now. The first thing I played on it once I got it hooked up right was Zeppelin 2. Put the needle down on Whole Lotta Love, and it's just like, you can hear every detail of it, and in the left and right speakers, and I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Anyone out there that has a good stereo system knows what I'm talking about, and anyone who doesn't, I really urge you to, if you haven't had a setup like this, as far as like your turntable hooked to a receiver, with real good speakers. And these speakers were at a thrift store. Each set of speakers, they were $7.99 a piece, so that's $21 for 4 speakers total. Is all I really had to pay for this stereo system. I mean, I was lucky to get, the receiver for free, and then I already had the turntable, so I can't complain with that at all. So anyway, moving on to some stuff here. Go ahead and show some of this. I'm pretty sure I didn't show all this, and I say that a lot in my videos because I don't really remember from video to video. I mean, it's usually only a week or 2, but anyway, this is Driving and Crying. This is called Whatever Happened to the Great American Bubble Factory. And this one's signed by, I'm not sure which member, but I'd never seen this Driving and Crying. This is a very good band. I bought this at a thrift store. And this one looks like a later release of theirs. I don't see a date on it here, but picked that one up. And then this one I was familiar with, Fly Me Courageous. And this, I didn't have the whole album. I have their greatest hits, which has that song they used to play on some of the rock radio stations in this area. This is an earlier release. This one came out in, let's see, this one came out in 1990. So if you're not familiar with Driving and Crying, you might want to pick up some of their stuff. Or just Google it, watch some on YouTube. This one I found, I don't remember, this was at a record store we went to. I usually don't go through the CDs, but in this case I'm glad I did. This is the Best of Word Jazz, Volume 1, Ken Nordine. I showed Son of Word Jazz on vinyl the other day. This is a compilation that was put together after, years after there's the interior for the Son of Word Jazz artwork. But you've heard me go on about Ken Nordine before, and this has 18 tracks on it. And some of these tracks are just exclusive to this CD. Ken Nordine is spoken word. It's also jazz-oriented to a point. And, he's doing jazz arrangements with spoken word. It's very awesome. If you like something unusual and different, you would definitely like Ken Nordine. So that was really worth every penny, which I didn't pay much for it. This one I think I might have showed recently, maybe not. This is Mambo Fever. This is with the Ultra Lounge series. I pick these up every time I see one. Eventually I'll get the whole set, hopefully. I think I did show this one recently, but that one's really cool. This one, Donnie and Joe Emerson, Dreamin' Wild. This was interesting to find. This is off a Light in the Attic release. It's an artist I'd never heard of, but it's very, very good. It's so endearing because it's so DIY sounding. I'm glad they released that. Then I also picked up, don't laugh, Rascal Flatts, Feels Like Today. This was at a used place, $1.99. I used to not be able to stand Rascal Flatts, but I can appreciate, Bless the Broken Road is on this one, of course. A song called Where You Are is like one of my favorite songs of theirs, and it's on here too. So then I also got this one, Rascal Flatts, Feels Good Today, and this was also $1.99. And I'm not much on the new country, but I do like some of it sometimes. This has a song on here called Bob That Head, and that's just like so ridiculous. I just think it's great because it's so stupid. And then I picked up, this is Supermodel of the World, RuPaul. Didn't have any RuPaul, so this has, that song on it, Supermodel, You Better Work. It's just, what can I say about that? Set them over there, and then I got a few 45s here that I meant to show in another video, in my metal update video, and I don't think I showed them. So here's Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. This is the edited version on both sides. 348 on that side and 434 on that side. And then I got the Rolling Stones with Brown Sugar and Bitch on that side. And then I got Rush with Tom Sawyer and Witch Hunt on this side. And AC/DC, Back in Black. And What Do You Do for Money, Honey on that side. On Atlantic. Joe Walsh, Ordinary Average Guy. And Alphabetical Order. And then some different stuff here. We got Louis Monty, Angelic, and Lazy Mary on the other side. Some different stuff. And this one, Gil's Funny Records, the Pussycat Song, Connie Vanette. And then it's the same song on the other side. I guess probably the same version, I'm not sure. And then this, I got the soundtrack to not long ago on a 12-inch. This is Baby Doll, title track by Percy Faith from the movie, from Warner Brothers. Toe-tickling dance music by Great Popular Orchestra, as it says. So that was really cool to find that on Columbia. And then on to the 12-inch, just a stack here that I've been accumulating to try to catch up, because it's hard for me to keep track of what I'm doing a lot of times. So if I've showed these, I apologize. This is Lifetime of Memories by Al Morgan, recorded live at Barthel's Supper Club in Dalton, Illinois. Pretty sure I didn't show this one. It's got some awesome pictures on it. Haven't listened to this one yet. On the inside here, it's got the United States map. It's very unusually cool. This one is Enoch Light and the Light Brigade, I Want to Be Happy Cha-Chas. I just love the cover. All the covers of those are really cool on Grand Award Records. Frankie Lane's Greatest Hits. I don't think I had much Frankie Lane. I might have had one other one. This has Jezebel on it, which is a great song, but the one that's not on here that I like is You Gave Me a Mountain, which Elvis covered later in the late 70s. This one's Les Crane Desiderata, I think it's pronounced. It seems like I have one from this artist. It might even be this record, but I'm not sure. It says poster, deluxe poster, but it didn't have one with it. So there's that. Jim Ed and Helen's Greatest Hits. I have quite a few of their records, but I didn't have the actual greatest hits. This is some really good classic country. I Don't Want to Have to Marry You is a great song. What's the other one? Lying in Love with You. That's a really good one. So yeah. This one's called Pockets, Take It Up. Take It On Up. And it's just, some fantastic pictures there. Because the covers usually sell themselves. Or at least, to me, they do. That record's really needs cleaned. I haven't got around to doing that yet. This one's called The Louvin Brothers, The Family Who Prays. I really like the Louvin Brothers. It's bluegrassy, old-timey music. There they are on the back. If you have a chance to read the book, Satan is Real, it's a very awesome book. And then if you have a chance to get that album by the same title, you should really get it. Saturday Night with Mr. C. This is Perry Como, of course. I've seen this album forever, and I don't think I've ever picked it up. For some reason, I was just in that kind of mood to pick it up. So, I like Perry Como. This one, Marshall Pack presents Sacred Memories, spoken by Marshall Pack, to touch the heart and the soul. So it's spoken word, I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. Because, I'm all about that stuff. Is that record over yet? No, it's just... I'm listening to... I don't know what I did with the cover, but I have a record on it. It's a gospel record of sorts. Anyway, this is the Bethany Quartet, For God So Loved. That's a great picture there with the awesome bus behind them. Not a whole lot to say. It's just a pretty cool cover. Or cool being the operative word. Another one from Santa Esmeralda. This one's called Another Cha-Cha. I've been picking up quite a few of their records from time to time. Not quite a few from time to time, but over a period of time I've got quite a few. I'd say that right. This is on Casablanca. So it's a disco album, I'm pretty sure. The last one I got here is The Big Ones by Ted Heath and His Music. The cover is psychedelic, and I'm all about that stuff. I really would like to get some more psychedelic rock. This is not rock. This is easy listening. But, a lot of the easy listening artists of the 60s and maybe even into the early 70s was doing this kind of artwork to try to appeal to a younger, wider audience. They do Spinning Wheel, Light My Fire, Satisfaction, Nights in White Satin, Get Back, Honky Tonk Women, In the Year 2525, Whiter Shade of Pale, doing a lot of those kinds of songs to appeal to a younger audience. So there you are. That's all I have to show in this one. Quite a bit of stuff, but got a lot more stuff to show. I'll be doing probably one or maybe two more videos, either today or later this week. Subscribe if you haven't. I hope you like some of the eclectic weirdo stuff that I show. because you never know what I'm going to find, and you never know, I never know what I'm going to find. So yeah, leave me some comments, and we'll see you in the next video. I am almost positive.